This week's reading has a very interesting mix of energy. There's a sense of discernment here, realizing that not everything around you is what it appears to be. Some of you may be walking away from a situation that took a long time to understand, especially after emotional disappointment. But what follows is powerful. There's Fool energy, a leap into something new. This message at the top of the spread is clear. Dare to do things differently. Claim your independence. And if adventure or travel has been on your mind, this may be the moment to start moving toward it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Spiritual Signposts. This is your weekly reading for March 15th to the 21st. If you're new here, my name is Dianna, and this channel is where we look at the energy surrounding us through tarot, intuition, and astrology to help guide the week ahead. And just a little note before we start, many of you already know this, but I also post daily guidance through YouTube Shorts. So if you enjoy these weekly readings, you may want to check those out and turn on notifications so you don't miss them. Now this week is interesting because a lot of cards wanted to come out. Even with the daily short, the table was filled today with cards. This usually tells me that there's a lot of movement happening energetically this week. So let's take a look at what Spirit is showing us. One of the big energy influences this week is a new moon in Pisces on March the 17th. So Pisces energy is deeply spiritual. It's intuitive, it's emotional, and creative. So the new moon represents a new beginning, it represents planting intentions, and resetting emotional cycles. Because this is Pisces, it can bring themes of trusting intuition, themes of healing emotional wounds or releasing old illusions. It can also bring themes of reconnecting with dreams and purpose, some that you've put on the shelf and put away because other things or other influences in your life took precedence. But now it's time to pull those out again. So many people this week may feel like something is ending emotionally while something new begins spiritually. That energy is actually very visible in the cards on the table. So the first oracle we have out says meditate and contemplate. This is a new moon in Pisces card that actually came out. So this tells me that Spirit is encouraging people to slow down and listen to their inner voice. This is not a week for forcing outcomes. It's a week for reflection, for intuitive guidance. The card next to this says, have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. This is beautiful because it follows the new moon energy. This card says something many of you have been hoping for or imagining is still growing. Even if you can't see the full results yet, the energy is still moving. This is about believing in your vision before it fully manifests and materializes. Next we have expansion energy, which is adventure. Right? Dare to do things differently. This card talks about expansion. It's in relation to travel, new experiences, could be stepping out of your comfort zone, trying something you have never done before. For some people, this may literally be travel. So Spirit is pushing you to break a routine and try something new. Then we have Cat Spirit, number 13. And this says, claim your independence. This is a powerful card. It says that this week, many people are reclaiming their personal power. You may notice yourself setting boundaries this week, trusting yourself even more, no longer seeking approval, making decisions based on your own intuition. This is about self-trust. And next you have the Six of Swords. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this combination here shows a transition. You're leaving something behind that required a lot of effort, a lot of patience, and a lot of waiting. The Six of Swords shows this movement away from something mentally or emotionally heavy. So this week, many people may feel like, I put enough time into this. It's time to move forward. Now let's see how the rest of the cards unfolds the story. We start with the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is movement, it's passion, it's action. Something is picking up speed. This can relate to new opportunities. It could relate to someone coming toward you, or it could be sudden motivation and inspiration. But right after that, you have the Three of Swords. And this can represent a heartbreak, disappointment, or emotional truth. Sometimes the Three of Swords appear when we finally acknowledge something that hurt us, and it hurt us deeply, so we can move forward. So some people this week may be processing emotional truth, but there's a turning point here because we have the Fool next, and we have the Ace of Wands. This is new beginnings, right? This is stepping into the unknown. This is taking a leap. The Ace of Wands here is representing inspiration. It's representing clarity, passion, new opportunity, right? Together, these two is showing you a fresh start after emotional clarity, right? Something new is beginning here this week. Because next you have the Seven of Cups, which is choices. And then you've got the Seven of Swords. You've got 7 here together at the end. These two together can represent confusion, illusion, right? The Seven of Cups shows many options. And the Seven of Swords is hidden motives or a situation where something is not fully transparent, right? It's a hidden, sly kind of energy. So not every opportunity here appears in alignment with you. To you, there's a need for discernment, right? Make choices on what you want and how it's going to bring you forward to your dreams, to your goals, to your new energy, your new identity. Anything that doesn't make you feel good or reminds you of the past with this heaviness, use your discernment. This could be nostalgia, but there's things in this cup, in these cups, that are not serving your highest good. We see the energy returning. So I moved those up here so you could see them. So next we have the Page of Cups. And this is emotional openness. This can represent a message coming through, a creative idea, or someone expressing feelings. Could be a new emotional beginning, but it's a softer energy after this confusion of the previous cards. Then we've got leadership energy, which is the King of Wands. And that follows this new energy, this new emotional beginning, right? It's confidence, it's leadership energy. It represents stepping into your authority, owning your vision, taking control of direction. The King of Wands doesn't wait for permission. He moves boldly, right? And then you've got the final card here, which is the Queen of Swords. And this is clarity. This is truth. After everything that happened in this spread, the Queen of Swords says, I know exactly what I want, what I will not accept anymore. This is someone who have learned through experiences and now moves forward with wisdom. So let's put all this together now and see what advice that Spirit has for you for this week. So it's about awakening and clarity. It's about experiences and moments where you suddenly realize what you truly want, what you need to release, and who aligns with your energy, which opportunities are real and which are illusions. The Pisces new moon energy here is amplifying the intuition. It's amplifying the dreams, the emotional awareness. Because of that, many people may notice things surfacing that was previously hidden or ignored. Now, this can show up through conversations, it can show up through realizations, or simply feeling inside that something no longer aligns with you. So the Pisces new moon energy is amplifying the intuition, it's amplifying the dreams, and the emotional awareness. If you find yourself questioning situations or relationships or directions in life this week, do not rush your decisions, right? Take your time. The cards show that clarity is coming through observation and awareness rather than forcing immediate action. The Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords, right? This is a combination that asks you to slow down. Look carefully at what is in front of you. Not every opportunity deserves your energy. Some choices may look appealing on the surface, but may not truly support your long-term path. This is where the Queen of Swords comes in. And she's important to this energy this week. She represents that discernment and this emotional maturity. So instead of reacting emotionally, she steps back, she observes, and then makes decisions from wisdom and truth. So for many of you this week, it may involve you setting clearer boundaries, saying no to something that drains your energy, or recognizing where you have been giving way too much of yourself, right? Choosing a direction that honors your personal growth. At the same time, the presence of the Fool and the Ace of Wands here reminds us that something new wants to begin. Once you release this confusion or this emotional weight represented earlier in the spread, this is a fresh opportunity beginning to reveal itself. It could show up as a new idea. It could show up as a creative project. It could be a change in direction even, right? A renewed passion for something you once put aside. This is adventure. This is travel. The key message from Spirit this week is to trust your inner compass. If something feels peaceful, expansion, or exciting in a healthy way, that is often a sign that you're moving toward alignment. But if something feels confusing, if something feels pressured or heavy, it may be a sign to pause and reassess. The Cat Spirit card here, right? This is reminding you to claim your independence. It's also important advice. You're not required to follow someone else's expectations or timeline. This week is about stepping back into your own authority and trusting your inner guidance. Simple practices that will support you this week could include spending quiet time alone, reflecting before you make decisions, writing down your thoughts or intuitive insights, or paying attention to dreams, right? Or repeating signs, allowing yourself that space for situations that feel overwhelming. You may be surprised of how quickly clarity arrives when you give yourself permission to slow down and just listen. So if you're called to journal, you meditate, spending time alone, listen to your intuition, these practices will be very powerful this week. Trust that direction that feels peaceful rather than the one that feels forced. You may be surprised of how quickly clarity arrives when you give yourself permission to slow down and listen. So before we close this reading, I want to congratulate our winner from last month's free reading. I will place the winner's name on the screen. To receive your personal reading, please send me an email so I can send you more details. Anyone who likes, subscribes, or comments has their name entered into a monthly free reading giveaway. I also offer personal readings. If you would like one, just find it in the link below. And there's also a discount code there that's available until the end of the month, so check the description box for that. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for subscribing, for commenting, and for your support. I read your comments, and I truly appreciate each one. Your support helps this channel grow and reach more people. So if you enjoy these readings, don't forget to watch your daily guidance shorts as well. Have a beautiful week, everyone, and I will see you in the next reading. Love and blessings.